Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are going on an amazing journey through South Africa's incredible heritage. We're talking ancient secrets, golden treasures, the whole shebang. So let's get right into it. So how well do you really know South Africa's fascinating history? Let's find out. We're going to play a quick quiz. And hey, don't worry about getting everything perfect. The real win is learning something new along the way. You ready? Let's go. All right, let's kick things off with round one. This is all about the basics, the building blocks of what we call heritage in South Africa. Let's see how you do. Okay, starting with the big one. What exactly is heritage? When you hear that word, what's the first thing that pops into your head? Think about it for a second. So what is it? Well, heritage is basically all the special stuff from our past that still means something to us today. It could be a story, a special place, or an object. But the key thing is, it connects us to our history and to each other.
All right, on to question 2. Generally speaking, heritage gets split into two main types, two big categories. Can you name them? I'll even give you a little hint. You can touch one of them, but you can't touch the other.
You got it. We have tangible heritage. That's the physical stuff, things you can actually touch, like an old building or a historical artifact. And then you've got intangible heritage. This is all the stuff you can't touch, like our traditions, our music, and the stories we tell. Okay, time for a numbers question. All around the globe, there are places that are considered so important they're protected for everyone. How many of these incredible UNESCO World Heritage Sites can you find in South Africa? The answer is 8. That's right, 8 places in South Africa that are so unique and important to human history that the whole world has agreed they need to be protected forever. Let's switch gears to a little geography. This is a two-part question, so listen closely. First, how many provinces make up the country? And second, can you name the one that's all the way at the top, the most northern one? That's it. South Africa has 9 provinces, and if you look at a map, you'll see Limpopo sitting right at the very top of the country. So many place names in South Africa have these incredible meanings. What about Gauteng, the country's economic powerhouse? Ever wondered what its name, which comes from Sesotho, actually translates to? It means place of gold. And wow, does it live up to the name. Get this, even though it's the smallest province, that area holds a mind-blowing 40% of the entire world's gold reserves. Just incredible. Next up, we have a place I'm sure you've heard of, the Cradle of Humankind. But what is it that makes this place so special? Let's see what you think. Well, for starters, it's one of those 8 World Heritage Sites we just talked about. And the reason is huge. It's where scientists have found the world's largest and most concentrated collection of early human fossils. Places like the Sterkfontein Caves there give us a window right into our deepest, most ancient past. And speaking of those fossils, that leads us perfectly to the next question. There have been some absolutely legendary discoveries made in the cradle. Can you name 2 of the most famous fossils ever found there? The big names you're looking for are Missisplash and Littlefoot. And Littlefoot is especially amazing because it's an almost complete skeleton. I mean, finding something like that is unbelievably rare and just shows how important that site is for all of us. You are crushing round 1. Awesome job. Now let's dive into round 2, where we're going to look a little closer at some of the specific people, places, and treasures that are part of South Africa's amazing heritage. Okay, for our first question in round 2, let's travel way back in time to a powerful kingdom that existed long before the cities we know today. What was Mapungubwe, and where would you go to find its ancient ruins? Mapungubwe was actually the very first organized kingdom or state in all of southern Africa. It was a thriving civilization about 800 years ago, right in the area we now call the Limpopo province. The archaeologists who excavated Mapungubwe found some truly incredible things, but there is one little object that is more famous than all the rest. What is the most iconic artifact ever discovered there?
It is, of course, the magnificent golden rhinoceros. It's actually quite small, but this beautiful artifact was a huge symbol of the wealth and the power of the kingdom's rulers.
Okay, let's think a bit more abstractly now. Heritage isn't just about old objects and places. What do we actually mean when we talk about heritage and people's achievements? It's really all about recognizing and celebrating the amazing things that people have done. It's about honoring the legacies of scientists, artists, leaders, and even everyday people whose good actions have left a positive mark on the world.
Let's jump back to geography for a minute. The Free State Province has a famous nickname, one that really captures how important it is to the whole country. What is that nickname, and what's the reason behind it?
It's known as the breadbasket of South Africa, and that's because it's an agricultural powerhouse. It produces more than 70% of the entire country's grain. That's a huge deal for feeding the nation.
All right, here we are at our final question. Let's think about something we see and use every single day: the names of our towns, our cities, and our streets. Why are those names considered a form of heritage?
The answer is that names are like little time capsules. They are living history books that carry the stories of the people, the events, and the cultures that came before us, making sure that the memories of a place are never lost.
And that's a wrap. You've finished the quiz. Seriously, whether you got every single one right or just learned something new, you are officially a heritage hero just for playing along. Great job.
And that brings us to one final thought. We've talked a lot about South Africa's heritage, but now I want you to think about your own. What part of your family's story, what tradition or memory is the most special to you? Thanks so much for joining me today. We'll see you next time.